All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome. If you can hear me very well, kindly drop an emoji. Kindly drop an emoji if you can hear me very well. I just want to be sure that my network is not interrupting. All right, thank you, thank you. So this is the June edition of Cyber Save You. For every other person that has been here with us, you know how it has been. It has been something we always look out for. So for this month, we'll be talking about spots it before it's a scam. So for everybody meeting me for the first time, I am Chioma Ekolundu. Yeah. All right. So an entry level cybersecurity analyst, and what I do is I educate people on how to protect themselves from cybercrime. Yes, how to protect yourself, protect your family, protect your data, protect everyone thing around you from cybercrime. Yes, that's what I do. And also, I Cyber Save You is not just a name. It's not just how do I say, it's not just something that started now, is a movement. We also have a newsletter, but for now is on LinkedIn, where we also publish every month educating organizations on how to protect themselves from cybercrime. I know we are from different countries here, but then if you're in Nigeria, you will know that these things are, they're not something we have to take lightly. So this is why I personally started this movement, started working on this thing. So today, for the first time in our program, we are having three guests, yeah, from three different countries, and I assure you that this webinar is actually going to be the best thing ever that we've had so far. So our first guest speaker is Santos from India. He's a SOC analyst, yes, and then this night he will be taking us on how to protect our mobiles from cyber crimes, phishing emails, what to do, how to know that the email is a phishing email, then the WhatsApp SMS scam, deep fake scam, with the level of how AI actually is taking over now. We should know how to protect ourselves from that. And then the prevention and precaution of how we should protect ourselves from everything is going to teach us. So Santos is actually passionate about cybersecurity and digital safety. He specializes in detecting and responding to cyber threats, investigating phishing attacks, and helping organizations strengthen their security. So this night, we'll be hearing from Santos on how to protect ourselves, how to detect scams. Yeah, so he'll be our first guest speaker. And then moving forward to our very first female speaker on Cyber Save You webinar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Personally, I'm so excited, and I really love the fact that I have someone like me that is coming up to talk to us this night on how to spot a scam before the scam swallows up our data. Okay. So let's meet Jemima. Yeah. Is from Nigeria, and she's a cybersecurity analyst whose experience and work spans around GRC. We know that is my field too. Governance, risks, compliance. And then what was interesting thing about her is that she's a law graduate. She's yet to be called to bar, so we can't call her a barrister now until she's called to bar. But then this is the first time we're also having someone that works in two different professions coming to talk to us and tell us how to protect ourselves. Man, I am so excited. If you're not, I am. So she's passionate about creating cybersecurity awareness and education, just like me. and she's committed to helping individuals and organizations navigate today's evolving cyber threats safely. So, if you're excited like I am, sincerely, you should have your pen and paper down and then your questions too. So, moving forward to our third guest speaker, all the way from South Africa, is Letabo. He's an IT lecturer and cyber analyst. So what he does too is educate professionals and organizations on cybersecurity best practices and threat awareness. So this night we'll be covering majorly social engineering and how AI has enhanced scam. So moving further, because by the next 3-4 minutes, Santos will take over. So one quick thing, please. For the webinar, for us to have a smooth webinar, please, you will mute your mic. Then you can drop your questions in the chat. It will be attended to after the three guest speakers have taken time to educate us. Then you stay to the end because that's where the Q&A will take place. We won't take questions during presentations, please. Questions will come right after the guest speakers are done with their presentation. So moving forward, I will stop sharing so Santos can actually take over. Thank you. Santos, over to you, please.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Yeah, it's very pleasure to be here with you all. So first of all, good evening to everyone. So, uh, so before we begin the session, I would like to ask some few quick questions to everyone. Okay, I hope I'm audible to everyone, right? So please respond. Okay, just respond the emoji if I'm audible properly to everyone. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for responding. Okay, so before we start the session, what we can do, I will just ask some few questions to everyone. Just you can respond or you can mention in the chat. So as we all are aware, so nowadays cyber scams are increasing. So we all are know. So if how many of you have received any kind of suspicious SMS or emails through the WhatsApp, or so it will be so like the just click on the link. So any kind of links. Did you guys receive any kind of suspicious links earlier? Just respond if you have received such kind of scam links or any SMS through the WhatsApp. You can just respond in the chat or give the reactions, right? So we have received some of the this kind of links, right? Yes, that's true. So did any one of you become a victim of any kind of online scams? Like it's kind of any kind of phishing email, or like it's asking for the your credentials. So it's a redirection to the your fake login page. So I hope any point of time maybe we will face such kind of scenario, right? In similarly, so is anyone, if you receive any kind of link from anywhere, so did you guys are validating that link? So before blindly clicking on that link, did you guys, any one of you, validate is that link is really legitimate or not? Is any one of you validate? Okay, I hope no one is validating, right? You we will blindly click on the link without validating. Yes. So now I understood. So we can see almost everyone encounters suspicious messages, but no one will identify how to validate the link. And is it truly it's a legitimate link or not? We are not validating. So today in this session, I will share some practical techniques. So we can start. So by using the techniques, we can able to validate the link, and we can able to protect ourselves from the scams. Okay. So anyway, let's begin the session. I will share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen was visible. Yes, thanks for confirmation. Okay, so in this practical session, what we will first we will identify how what is the really scam, and how the currently, as we know, the cyber crimes are, it's not a new thing. From last few years and few decades, we are victim of the cyber scams. But nowadays, the cyber scams are increasing rapidly. Why? What's the root cause? So the if you see the scam, if in earlier days, if anyone want to become a scammer and if anyone want to become a hacker, so they need some very technical skills. If we have a technical skills, then only you can able to scam someone. But nowadays, you no need to become a very technically strong, but you have capability to manipulating the people, not systems. Because nowadays, if any 100 scams are occurring, right, from the 100 scams, from the 95% of scams are, it's because of uh, the victims, the who are the victim, right? From their side only, it's the become, because it will, when the scam will be not spread automatically through the, from the any one of the source, it should be spread. So you can see, so nowadays, scamsters are using multiple techniques to scam the people by using the artificial intelligence and to try to gather your information from the social media platforms. Because nowadays, everyone will post each and every update. If they will go to the any restaurant, they will post one pic in the Instagram or any social media platform. I am currently in the restaurant. So we are the one. We will sending our information to them. So we will upload some pictures like, I like this kind of food, and I like this kind of softwares. So we are the only one, we are giving the information to hackers, information to scammers. So they are collecting our information through the social media platforms. So as we know nowadays, digital scams also becoming more digital scams are happening nowadays. So so they are transferring our money from the one bank account to another bank account transfers, and these are happening. Why? Because nowadays, our 90% works are all are doing in the digitalized platforms. So that's why the scams are becoming also advanced version. So we need to protect ourselves more advancedly, then only we will be not a victim of that scams. So as a first we need to, so as we know, I hope most of them are joined this session through mobile phone, I hope. So as everyone is using the mobile phones, most of the scams or most of the victims are, the main point of contact will be the mobile phones only. Through the mobile phones only, the scams will be spreading. So how can you protect ourselves from the mobile phone? So nowadays everyone will think like, the in mobile phone, what is the things, when someone will be purchase any kind of mobile, right? They will think about like that. Okay, I need to have a good camera, and I need to have a good RAM, and I need to have a good storage and good CPU, and these all are things only they are checking. So but main thing is, how can you protect our mobile from our mobile device from the scams? This is the thing which, because every mobile phone contains a sensitive information, because it contains our personal pics, it contains our banking details. So each and everything, if I will get your mobile, right, I can able to understand your daily life cycle also, what you will do regularly, what is your interest, what is your what are the bank accounts you are using. So everything I can able to get. So our main priority should be, we need to protect our mobiles. That will be our main priority should be. So how can you protect our mobile devices? So we can so these are the basic things which we need to follow. The first thing, so nowadays, what everyone generally what we will do, after wake up morning, immediately we will open the Instagram, immediately open the WhatsApp, and we will check, did you receive any messages and did you receive any updates or not? But no one will check, did you receive any update from the mobile? So do we need to update our mobile? So right, every month we will receive one security patches from our mobile company. So when you open your mobile, just go to your settings. In the settings, there will be about phone section will be there. In there, you need to know what is the current Android version you are using and what is the security patch which you are currently using. So this is the month. This is the June month. So you can check your mobile in which month security patch you are using. Is the month of February month security patch you are using, or March month security patch you are using. So it should be up to date. So it will hardly take 5 minutes to update your mobile devices. Because what happened, right? Every month our mobile companies will release one security patches. The security patch is nothing but it's a vulnerabilities. So it's a loopholes or it's a bugs in our mobile. So once we will update our security patches, right? So then after, what will happen, our mobile will be the up to date. So it will create some call. So the hackers, the scammers will not be there will be very less possibility to become a victim. So that's why what you can do, so must at least every 1 week you need to check your mobile settings, and you need to check is your mobile is completely updated or not. I hope everyone is got it right. Just please respond. If you have any queries or anything, we can discuss after the complete session. But still, if you have anything you need to ask, right, you can ask in the chat. Okay. So this is the one thing. So another thing also, so as we know, like we have used multiple applications. So I know everyone is using multiple applications like people WhatsApp, Insta, and these all are also one kind of applications. But just think about it. Well, for suppose we have a Netflix. Okay, I think everyone is familiar with the Netflix. So it's a platform where we can able to browse multiple videos and based on the premium subscription. Okay, so if you download that application from the Google Play Store, so it will ask for the premium, right? But so there will just some mode APK files will be there. For that mode APK files, you no need to pay for that application. You can, without pay, you can able to watch videos. You can able to do whatever you want. But just think about it. Why is but these applications will not be available in the Play Store. So you need to download it from the third party sources. Third party sources in the sense means, you can see, let me show you one thing. Okay, so for suppose, you can see, if you if when I went here, because it's going to download Netflix. So when I will download this Netflix application in in my mobile or in my laptop, so generally what will happen, so you can able to watch the videos without paying the subscription. But why someone will give you this premium app for free? Why someone will give you? Just think about it. No one will give in the internet world, nothing was free. No one will give you, nothing was free for you. Okay, in which time you will install in this app in your device, right? What it will do, it will steal your data. Steal in the sense, what it can able to do, it can steal your contact details, it can steal your media access. Media access is nothing but your photos, your videos and everything. And along with it can steal your live camera access also. What are the things you are doing, right? Your camera will able to live access, the attacker's camera can able to see. So that's why please avoid downloading the third party applications from the outside of the sources. If you want anything, you please download it from the Play Store. Just think about it. This small step can save you from become a victim. Okay, this is the thing you must need to be aware. So don't think like that, okay, I am getting this free software, but my friend was paying for the software for the monthly $10, but I am getting free. But why you will get free? Why? Why you will get something for free? Nothing was free. Okay, just think this thing in your mind. Okay, this is the thing which you need to be careful while we do the any kind of so don't download the sources from the outside of the sources. Third thing, so must enable the in your devices, must enable the fingerprint and face lock. Okay, and don't give the like normal passwords like 1 2 3 4 5 6. And if you, I know some of my friends are there, they will give the passwords like 1 2 3 4 5 6. I will ask them, why you have given this much easy password? They will say me like that, no, if I will not give, I can't able to remember. Just try to remember 4 to 5 digits. If you will give such kind of passwords, this kind of passwords easily can able to crack. Okay, so just think about it. Just give them some complex passwords, so that will be very hard to guess. This is the thing which you need to be more careful. And next thing will be the turn on two-factor authentication. So as we know, every application we have a two-factor authentication will be there. Like two-factor authentication, nothing but it should be work like that. So for suppose Gmail, if I will enable the two-factor authentication, so if anyone, someone try to, for suppose, if someone will know my username and password, and if he try to log in, he can't able to log in by using the username and password. It will ask for the message authentication. So if anyone try to log in, immediately I will get the message, like someone will try to log in and it will show the OTP. If that guy enter the OTP, then only it can able to log in. It will add the two layers of protection. So this is the thing also you need to be very careful. And don't use the repetitive password for the multiple. For suppose I am there, so I will generally, someone will like the santosh123 at the rate of, so I will use this same password for the multiple websites. So that's also very critical thing. Okay, so don't use the same password for the multiple websites or multiple sites. Don't use same password. Use the unique password for each and every time. And the password should be also combination of the multiple characters. It should be one capital letter, and it's a combination of the 1 to 0, 0 to 9. So it's a combination of the password that's very hard to guess. Okay, we need to think like that, and we will must turn on the two-factor authentication. And one more, so second thing you can see, so as we know like that, we will receive a multiple types of scams. So don't click. So if scammers, if you receive any kind of messages like just click on the link, and if it ask for the your bank account details, like your one time password is for the this thing, and if you'll ask for the one time, if it will ask for the one time password and your ATM CVV numbers and everything, don't tell this number to so no bank will call you and ask for the OTP. So no bank will call you. Okay, if anyone will call you and they will tell you like that, okay, I am from this bank, I am from ABC bank, and I need to validate your bank account. They maybe create a panic, like they will create like that. Okay, your bank account is got blocked, you need to be revalidate, we have sent one OTP to your number, please tell that OTP number, so then we can able to revalidate and we can able to reactivate. So don't be trapped on this kind of scams. Okay, no bank will call you, and no bank will ask you for the OTPs, and no bank will ask you for the CVV numbers and ATM numbers, ATM pin. Okay, so never share OTPs or passwords. If it's from the bank, if it's from the bank also, don't share this OTP and passwords. Okay, no bank or government agency or legitimate company will never ask OTP over a call or message. Okay, this is the thing. One OTP can ruin your complete life. Okay, in the single OTP, they can zero your balance within a fraction of seconds. So just think about it before sharing the any OTP to anyone. You can think like that. So I know some of my friends also, they can download the multiple application, third party application. They can think like that, I don't have anything in my bank account, so what hacker can able to do with my account? If he will be hack me, if he will can be hack me also, what he can able to do? There is nothing with me, so there is nothing to steal me. But most important thing, which data, he can steal your data, he can identify your daily routine. So based on that, they can what they can do, if you install them third party application, right? Based on that, sometimes you can see, you will receive random ads in your mobile phone. So why? There will be some malware will be installed in your mobile device. So due to that reason only, you have installed some third party applications. It will push that ads to show in your app. So how many ads it will show, the based on that, the revenue will be generated to the hacker. But here we are the victim, we need to see the complete ad, then only the apps will be open. So that's why don't install any third party applications, and don't share your OTPs to anyone. And this is the most essential steps which you need to do. So if you guys want, you can take a snip or screenshot or anything for your reference purpose. So what are the things we need to turn on in your device, and what are the things which we need to turn off? So these things can be help you to save from the become a next victim of any kind of scam. So first of all, we are the first point, as I told you, right? These things we can able to do from our end. So the become a victim possibility will be less. So just you need to be enable your find my device in your device. If it's got lost, we can able to identify. So Google Play Protect, we need to enable the Google Play Protect from your Play Store. Okay. So generally what it will do, when some any new kind of application will be installed, right, it will automatically scan is this app contains any kind of malware or not, and auto app updates. So just enable the auto app update in your Play Store. So if any kind of new update will be released, it will automatically update in the backend without your intervention. So safe browsing. So don't visit any kind of different websites. So what you can do, so when you will visit any kind of websites, right, be careful. So there will be two kind of websites will be there. Okay. uh, First, suppose you can see there is multiple type two kind of websites will be there. So when I will went here, there will be when there is, this is the URL. Okay, while you are visiting the website, just think about it. There will be the two types of HTTP and HTTPS. Two kinds of websites will be there. So whenever you are browsing any kind of website, right, it should be HTTPS. So HTTP, it's a more secure as compared to the HTTP. But still I can say HTTPS also vulnerable. But as compared to HTTP is little bit safe. So before browsing any kind of website, just check this thing also in the URL. So this is the things which we need to careful in the app. So safe browsing and stolen device extract lock again. So and the next thing will be the turn off these features. Install unknown apps would be, we need to block. USC debugging option also you can able to block. Just go to the developer option in your mobile, and there just USB debugging option should be off, and Bluetooth should be off. When you are not using the Bluetooth, please turn off the Bluetooth, because it will drain your battery, and it will try to communicate the other devices with the nearest Bluetooth. It will try to communicate. So there is some kind of softwares also available, some kind of tools also available. If I will turn on that tool in here, so what all are the Bluetooth devices in the nearest Bluetooth devices, I can able to inject any kind of malware or any kind of software to the devices which are the nearest Bluetooth devices on. So what I can just try to turn off the Bluetooth if you are not using. So don't auto connect to the unknown network. So when you have visit any kind of like you see, when you have visit some kind of any public places, you see there's a free Wi-Fi will be there. But we will, oh wait, we got a free Wi-Fi, we will use it. But don't blindly connect to the any kind of free Wi-Fi. Okay. So why? Because there is a some tool called Wireshark. Okay. By using that tool, we can able to capture the packets who all are the connected to the Wi-Fi devices, who all are connected to the Wi-Fi network. The all devices packets I can able to capture by using that Wireshark tool. This is the Wireshark software we can able to also install. It's a open source software. So don't think like that, okay, this is a free Wi-Fi, I can able to connect to the any railway station or in any public places. Don't blindly connect any Wi-Fi. So if you connected one Wi-Fi in public place, and you have done one transaction by using that Wi-Fi, so you, okay, you find, okay, that's everything fine. But if that Wi-Fi is a vulnerable and that is connected to the any other devices in the back end, so that guy can able to know, that scammer can able to know what in the payment page what you have entered, what is your ATM number. He can able to track in the back end. So that's why try to avoid connecting to the public Wi-Fi's. Second thing will be the NFC. We know that NFC, like by using the NFC we can able to do the payments. Disable NFC if you don't use contactless payments. And the one tip was like try to review the regular app permissions. So when we install any kind of app, right, don't blindly give the permission to the app like allow microphone, allow camera, and allow contacts and location. So don't give blindly all the permission to the one app. So for suppose you have installed one app called, it's a app for the it's a books. So you need to read some books in the online. So you have installed one app. Okay, so there will be only offline books are already there. So you open that app and you will need to read the app. But if the app is asking for the camera, why? What's the necessary for that app to give the camera access? What is the necessary for that app for the contact access? So just think about it. What is the purpose of that app, and what is the permissions that app was asking? If the permissions and the purpose is mismatching, then don't try to give that unnecessary permission to the apps. So that can leads for the, if you give the contact permission, what are the contacts you have, right? That every details will be go to that app developer. He can able to know what are all our contact lists. So try to don't whenever give that app permissions, right? Just try to think, is that app really needs this contact these permissions or not? Just think about it, okay? So if you guys need, just take a snip or just take a screenshot of this pic, maybe it will be helpful for you later the session. Okay, you guys are getting right? You have any confusion or anything, so please let me know in the chat. If you're all good, I can move forward. Just give the thumb.
Okay. Santos, I want to know if you're actually rounding up because it's meant to be for the second speaker. So we want to know if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
rounding
I will complete it.
up.
Yeah, I will complete it. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
will complete it soon. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so these are the 5 golden rules which we need to be so things think before. So think before when we click on the any kind of link, verify before you send, or before the sender, before any sender will be send any kind of link. Think before and update your phone regularly, and never say the OTP or passwords and to anyone. So if you think like it's a suspicious, don't blindly click on it. Must need to verify. Okay. So first scam is we need to analyze like phishing emails. So phishing emails is right, we will receive multiple emails for daily basis. So before, so some emails it will look like that it should be legitimate, but when I was, so you can see this is the email I have received from the Netflix. Okay, we thought like, okay, so we have received an email from the Netflix, but when I see the from address, you can see the next the it is the from address, it's showing like that yahoo.co.ip. So if I will receive from the Netflix, then domain should be like netflix.com, but the domain is looking for me, it's a free domain. So that should be a one kind of red flag. If you're clicking on the any kind of phishing emails, we need to validate this part as well. And along with, we need to check the subject, like why because this kind of mails, what will happen, right? They will get an urgency, you must need to click immediately, neither your account will going to be blocked. It not from the Netflix, it can be came from the your bank account also, your bank also, maybe you think that some trusted person also, by from trusted person you can receive. So you must, before clicking on the any kind of links, you need to think before. So is the sender was really genuine or not? So is it real, is it mail really mean by, what did it mean by, why I have received? So we need to validate. So first, suppose I will just give you one walkthrough, like how can you validate this part. First, suppose I will just go through one of the email. So as we receive multiple emails daily, so but I need to validate. So is this email was really genuine or not? So there is a one tool called. So for suppose I have received this email, but it was mentioned as a spam. For suppose it was not mentioned as a spam, it was came to my inbox. So I have received this mail like a withdrawal of SG eating big spin now. So some kind of promotional mail or some kind of mail received. So when I will, before clicking on the link blindly, I need to validate. Is this domain was really validate, or it's kind of legitimate domain or not? As the first step, what I can need to do, I just copy that domain first, and then after you need to go to the tool called virus total. This will be an open source tool. By using this tool, you can able to validate any kind of URL, any kind of link. So virus total, it's an open source tool, anyone can able to use this tool. So before clicking on the tool, so you can any link or anything, any mail, just try to validate this part as well. So here what I can do, so here I can mention like a URL, IP address, a domain. So I have a domain like this, have just searched the domain. So you can see here, so it will based on the, so there is a one red flag. So it maybe comes from the phishing email. So it will clear the 1 by 91. So one thing is cleared as a phishing. If it will be failed as a one security vendor also, you can think like that this may be a red flag. So once that you need to reanalyze this. So it will be reanalyzed again. So if it's still, it will found like a 1 or 2, or sometimes some of the mails we will receive like a 10 by 10 or 91 by 91 also. If at least one thing it was mentioned as a mentioned as a spam or phishing, you no need to click on that link because someone already validated and someone already reported to that mail. So okay, so we need to validate in this manner by using this tool. St- Still, it was a flagged as a phishing mail. Okay, so by using that, if you receive any file, don't open that file blindly. Just try to download and just to give that file here. Don't install. Just give here and try to check if the file was legitimate or not. Same similar way you can able to check like that any kind of email. So any kind of URL, just give that URL here and try to validate is that URL was legitimate or not. So in that manner, before clicking on the any links, right, we need to validate. So this is the thing. So by using the Wise Total, it's a free tool. By using the we can able to validate the mails and everything. So as the next step, what we can do, for suppose if I will receive a one mail call, uh, so this first tool we can able to validate by using the virus total. Second tool will be the URL scan.io. This is the tool. By using that tool, what I can able to do. So for suppose if I will receive any mail, so in this URL scan, we can able to identify what is the age of that newly domain. For suppose if I will receive any kind of uh, if I will go here and I will check like that same domain. For suppose I am using, so it will try to analyze the complete domain. So when the domain was created, where the domain located, so how many times the domain re-registration got happened, so what is the source of the domain. So it will give the complete domain level infrastructure. For suppose if you receive one mail from the some domain and if the domain was created newly like 1 or 2 days before or 3 days before, then that should be a one kind of red flag. So you can see the complete details of that domain. So when this domain was created is 7 years old, so complete domain, so where the domain was created, complete infrastructure details. If you receive any kind of domain, any kind of mail somewhere, so you just need to come here and just put the first you need to validate in the URL scan virus total. Then after you come to the URL scan to validate when the domain was created complete. If the domain was newly created domain, then that should be a one kind of red flag. Okay, so by using that, we can able to check the complete details, domain age, hosting info, what is the IP, what is the IP address of the specific domain. So everything we can able to validate from here. So this is the IP. Okay. So by using that IP also, I can able to validate. Just copy this IP, come here and search here by using the IP. So okay, if you see by using the IP, so it will show like that no security vendors have flagged this IP as malicious. So but while using the domain, it was showing like that it's a security, it's a flagged as a phishing email. So that's why we need to validate in the both. If any point of time, if in the if for the domain or for the IP address, from both of them, if anything was looks like a suspicious, we no need to click on that mail and no need to interact with that mail. So we need to analyze by in the URL scan as well. So now we will just check with the WhatsApp and SMS scam. So regularly we have receiving the multiple messages through the normal SMS message or like WhatsApp message, like just click on the link and you have got the, so you can see these mails will be look like this. So you can see, so like your something like your order was delayed, just click on the links, just call this number for the further information and it will show some links. So you don't directly click on that link and so just click on the link and show like that, okay, where the link was redirecting. Single click can hack your complete mobile device. So don't click any link blindly. So what we can do, so you can see your account will be blocked, so it will create a panic situation. You will receive one message from your bank, yeah, hi, so you have from your bank account will be blocked if you are not reactivate your account, not revalidate your account. So what you thought, okay, maybe I need to validate immediately, neither my bank account will be blocked, so you will immediately click on the link. Never click on the link before validating anything. But if you need to think like that, first you need to, so just copy that link and go to the virus total and validate. From there also you are not getting any information, then what you can able to do, I will tell you one tool. The tool will be called as a browser link. So this is the one online tool. This will give you the, this is the one open source tool. You no need to pay anything and no need to sign up also. So it will generally what it can able to do, it will create a one virtual box. So if you open that link inside the website, it will not impact your mobile phone. How it will look like this? For suppose I will just get the test now. So it will create a one virtual box inside my website. So now what I can do, I just open here and I need to check that link here. So for suppose I need to open this link inside here. So what I can do, I just go here, I just open that. For suppose I need to, so I need to open any kind of thing. So I need to open inside this website. So then I can able to understand where this email, where this link was really redirecting. Is it looks legitimate or not? So before opening in your mobile phone or before opening in your main device, just use this website for the understanding purpose. Like is the link was really legitimate or not? If I click on the link, is it downloading anything in the back end or not? So you need to validate purpose. This tool also you need to be take remember. So this is one useful tool. It's to create a free session. It will create around 3 minutes. It will give free session. Once they're done, it will all automatically log out. Again, you can able to log in. So it will not ask for the any kind of sign up, any kind of mail, any kind of mobile number, any kind of credit cards or nothing. Just use it and immediately the your VM will be disposed. You can use this tool for your also reference purpose for protecting yourself. So before whenever from next time onwards, if you receive any kind of link, just don't blindly click on that link. Just copy that link and go to this browser link and just open there. And then you need to validate, is it really malicious link or not by based on the result. So so I already told you, like this is the browser link. So what are the things you can able to do? Open unknown URLs, verify the phishing pages, preview safely. Before you are doing your main system, you need to preview safely here and block malware risk. Some websites it will be created in such a way, after clicking on the link it will immediately download the one software in the system. It immediately download. So once you will click on the link, you realized, oh, some software got downloaded. So at that time you can't able to do anything, you already done. So there is no option to revert back. So in that purpose, just use this web for your uh, first precautionary measure. Okay. So as a best practice, what you can able to do, scan the URL in the virus total first, then the check domain reputation in the URL scan. As the last, then you need to use the browser link to the inspect, like how it was redirected. Okay. So as we already discussed, in the mobile phones, we receive some multiple mails, like multiple messages, like you have a job, like daily only 60 to 120 minutes you need to work, and you will pay daily hundreds of dollars. So just think, remember in such a way, there is no job it will pay you in basis of the daily. For the small work, they will pay you daily thousands of dollars. That's not a possible. High knowledgeable tech people also, they are also not able to earn this much of money in the by doing the only 60 minutes work. They will get thousands of dollars. So don't blindly fall for these scams. If you receive these mails or any mails, any messages, directly block them. Don't even chat with them also. Okay. They will say like that, they have sent one message on like just click on, just message in the WhatsApp, just message in the Telegram. Generally most of the scams will be open the Telegram. Just message in the Telegram and we will guide you. So there you will say like that, they will give some links and you need to go to that link, and you will review that hotels or maps. So they will say you will review that 2 to 3 hotels, we will pay you $3 or $4. But initially they will pay you $2 to $3, but after you are the become a victim of for them. So don't think any kind of job scams and like any kind of short-term scams, like daily thousands and $2,000 you will get by just clicking on the link. Okay. Just think about it. Legitimate employees, if you some, I know some of the things will you, some of the messages you will get like a just pay $50, you will get a job $500 per month. So just think like that. Never any kind of employer don't ask to pay money to get a job. Just think this kind of thing also. So I already mentioned same thing, unrealistically high salary for minimal experience. So they will pay you the high salary. So you are not even think like the daily you will earn $1,000. That's a really impossible to earn a non-tech guy, and you don't have any idea, just giving the reviews, just clicking on the links, you will get the thousands of dollars. That's a very foolish thing. So don't go with these kind of scams. Okay, if you receive, directly block them, don't even interact with them. That's I can able to suggest to everyone. So, and the next thing will be the, as we already seen,
All
like
right,
that
Santos.
AI voice and deep fake scams.
Hello,
Yeah,
Santos. Hello. I will have to come in and cut you short.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you have to you'll present this later because you've taken deep into the second speaker's time. So when she's done
yeah,
later, you can actually come in. So we will stop sharing now. Thank you very much. So the second speaker can take
yeah,
over. Thank you. That was a very peaceful presentation. We really appreciate. Thank you. So my learned colleague, me, I did not study law, shall even though I'm thinking of studying law shall in the future, but then I'm excited to bring you on board for you to take over and then show us what a real scam is and then how to protect ourselves from scam. Jemima, over to you. Santos, please, can you stop sharing so she can share a
yeah,
screen?
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I will close it now. Yeah, thank you guys. So if you have any queries or anything, we can discuss in the later part. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, questions will come
Yeah,
during Q&A.
yeah,
Thank you very much. Let's
thank you.
stick to the time.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good
All
evening,
right.
everyone. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Chioma, for having me. So I'll be speaking on how to spot it before it's a scam. So before I start with my presentation, I will give us a scenario and I will expect feedback. So on a Monday morning, by 8 o'clock, you are rushing out to work, and then you get a message telling you that your account has been associated with suspicious activity and it's going to be suspended in the next 15 minutes. However, if you click the link, the next 15 minutes, your account will no longer be suspended. What will be your reaction? What are you going to do? Please, can I get feedback?
All right, you can unmute yourself and then answer or use the chat.
You can unmute yourself and
please.
answer, just 2 or 3 persons.
Or you use
What will
the
be your
chat.
immediate reaction? What are you going to do?
Okay, on my part, if I get something like that, I'll first of all verify to see whether such information is true or not.
Can you be louder? I can't hear you well.
Okay, on my part, first of all, I'll first check whether the such information is true or not.
Okay. Any other person? Any other person? Just like maybe one more person before I continue my presentation.
Okay, for me, if I get that kind of message, I will simply reply that I will come over to the bank when I'm less busy.
Okay, so you're going to reply the message. Will you click on the link or what will you do? In replying the message, are you going to click on the link?
Clicking on the link means I've accepted the suggestion. So I will not click on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Respond. If it's
Okay.
necessary to respond.
Any other person? Okay. Okay. So now, prior to AI, that's it, artificial intelligence, it was very easy to identify scams because of poor grammar, and then the websites were obviously fake. But with the rise of AI now, scams have evolved so much that it is no longer easy to identify. AI is used to generate mails, deepfakes, voice cloning, generate websites that looking at it, you will not be able to identify. Prior to AI, you see mails, you see the grammar, very poor grammar. So it was very obvious that this is a phishing mail. But now you will see a mail, it's a phishing mail, you won't be able to identify it. That is because of AI. Now, why technology has evolved, the scammer's goal has not changed. The goal is of the scammer is to steal your data or your money. Now, with AI now, scams have become very much evolved. Deepfakes, voice cloning, and voice cloning even is the very one that is very scary, because somebody just needs few seconds or few seconds of your voice recording, and they are going to clone your voice. And when shared, it looks exactly like your voice. You won't be able to identify that is your voice or not. Now, with artificial intelligence, in the coming days, the attacks are even going to be much more, because you don't even need to have a technical background or have so much in-depth in technical stuff before you're able to conduct carry out a cyber attack. Now, if you are asking that how do you spot AI generated scams, the truth is that that's becoming a wrong question, because AI is becoming so advanced that sometimes you cannot even tell whether the voice, image, message is generated by AI by simply looking at it. So instead of asking whether this looks AI generated, the question should be asking yourself is that, have you independently verified before you are acting? Now, after this section, what I will expect you to, what I'll be challenging you is for you to begin to think like a cybersecurity analyst. So to buttress my point or to go further in my session, I'll be introducing to you a simple technique called PAUS. It is a decision framework that helps you to slow down, investigate suspicious requests, as well as verify information before you are taking an action. So the P in the PAUS is saying that don't react immediately. One thing that scammers will want you to do is to react immediately. Like the scenario I shared with us, they're telling you that in 15 minutes, your account is going to be blocked. You should click on the link. They're trying to create a sense of urgency. But the proper thing you ought to do is that you should calm down. Why the scammer expects you to panic, the right thing for you to do is to pause. Then the A in the P is for assess. A, ask yourself, were you expecting such a message? Did you apply for such an opportunity? Or what is this message trying to do to you? Is it trying to make you happy or excited? Is it trying to make you panic or fear? Like the scenario that I gave of 15 minutes, that you should click the link in 15 minutes, they are trying to create panic and fear, telling you that if you don't click that link, your account is going to be shut down in 15 minutes. So that's making you panic. You didn't apply for a job, or somebody reaches out to you on LinkedIn telling you that offering you an opportunity or a job. That should make you think, did I apply for this opportunity? The basic thing Access is telling you is that weigh the options, be careful, do not just go ahead and act. Then the U, understand. Now, when a message is sent to you, either a mail, a request, understand what you are being asked to do. Are they asking you to click a link? Are they asking you to download a file? Are they telling you to share a one-time password? Are they asking you to share your PIN? Are they asking you to send money or even log into a website? So first of all, you have to understand what are they exactly are they asking you to do before you can act. Then for the S, it is scrutinize. Now, you have to inspect the URL carefully. Scammers create websites that look almost identical to the real one. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Now, this is what a real website looks like. I'm using the Paystack website. I'm using the Paystack website. Now, this is what a fake looks like. Can you see? Now, instead of you to click on the link in the mail that was sent to you, the safest thing to do is to go to your app or the official website itself, instead of clicking on a link that was sent to you in a message or a mail. Then also, when you get a message, instead of you to just look at the display name. You should look at the full email address. Why? Scammers will note that the person will just likely look at the display name, so they make it look familiar. Like for this instance, now I use the GTB Bank customer care. Just looking at only the display name, you will see GTB customer care. But if you click on the full email address, that's you hover and you expand the sender details, you see that it is no longer GTB customer care, it is support at GTB Bank. And this one under here is the original. Are we together? Now, also in scrutinizing, you have to perform domain intelligence. Let's say you are a business owner. Somebody approaches you and tells you that, oh, I have an investment opportunity for you. And they even have a website. Everything is looking professional. And they claim that they have been operating in Nigeria for over 10 years. Now, before you invest, what you should do is you do some basic due diligence. That's you perform a who is lookup on the website's domain. If they are saying, okay, they have been here, give me as a person who is aware or that is conscious, what you're supposed to do is you perform a who is lookup, not just by saying, okay, this person said they have business in Nigeria, they have a website, they look legitimate. No, you have to check. Now, this not necessarily means a scam. It just tells you to investigate further before making a decision. At the end of the presentation, I'll be taking us through how to use a who is lookup, going to the website to know how it is used. So if you are performing a domain intelligence, what you are looking at, you are checking when was this domain created. If the person said that I started business 10 years ago, and the domain is saying the website was created 3 months ago, that's a red flag. And then you are checking who was the person who is the registrant's contact. That's the owner of the business. Is that the name showing on the website, or is it different names? Those kind of questions we should raise questions for you to investigate further. So I will just be taking us through simple practices that will keep you safe online. First of all, you have to enable multi-factor authentication. Now, it's not just sufficient that you have only your password on your systems, your bank accounts, and your other services. If someone steals your password, you still need a second factor, such as your fingerprint or an authenticator app or OTP code sent to your phone to access the account. So if there's multi-factor authentication, even if somebody has access to your password, because there's still requirement for extra security measures, you will have additional details will have to be supplied to be able to access the account. We also have using strong, unique passwords. It's important not to use the same password across different accounts. This is because if you're using the same password across different accounts, if somebody has access to your password, that means they'll be able to access multiple accounts. I've shown us an illustration of what a strong password is on the screen. Using your name, using common alphabets, numbers such as this. This is a weak password. A strong password is not supposed to be less than 11 characters. And in these 11 characters, you have to use uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and other features. And for every account, like I earlier said, you have to use a different password. And some people are still writing passwords on their paper. They have all their passwords on paper. That's also not a right security practice. Instead of trying to remember dozens of passwords, what you can do is you will store your password in a password manager. And for Apple, we have for Apple users, we have password for Apple users, while for Android, we have Google Password Manager inbuilt in Chrome. So it's not sufficient to say that, oh, the passwords are plenty, I will not write them on paper. Imagine somebody has access to that paper, all your details are out there. So store your password safely in a password manager. Are we together? Then also keep your device updated. Now, when they say update device, I'm sure many people get to ignore it. So when they say keep device updated, it's not just features that are being updated. They're also fixing security vulnerabilities that attackers exploit. And also another way to be safe is be careful what you share online. Some people social media space, just your Facebook, LinkedIn, social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. When somebody opens your account, every detail about you is there. And these hackers do recognizance. They gather information from your social media pages. So when they are sending you messages and it's so personalized, looking as if they know you, it's not, at times it's because you overshared information online. Everybody knows where you work online. Every detail about you is online. So those kind of things, you're actually selling, you're actually giving the hackers access information cheaply that they can use against you. So that when you eventually now see a mail that is very personalized, you say, okay, maybe this person knows me, it is legit, whereas that's not so. So another way of being safe online is that you limit what you share online. Be careful with what you share online. If somebody goes through your profile, how much of you can they get by just looking at your profile? The more people know about you, the easier it is to create convincing scams about you. Now, I will be taking us through this live demo. I was going to do virus total, teaching us how to use, to see if a link is malicious or whether a file or a URL is malicious, but the first speaker has already done a demo on that, so there will be no need going over that again. So I'll be doing the who is lookup to check the details of a website. Now, I'll be using GTB Bank, right? Now, like I earlier said, if somebody comes to you and says, oh, I've been doing business for 10 years in Nigeria, telling you to come and invest their money, they even have a website looking all professional, you believe that, oh, this is true. Instead of believing that, the most important thing you should be doing is verification. Now, look, I'll be showing you what this website looks like. This is the domain now. This is gtbbank.com. It was registered in 2002. Can you see how long ago it has been registered? Can you see how long ago it's been registered? Since 2002. Now, if, for instance, a business is fraudulent, they will not have had a website for so long. Businesses like that operate in such a way that after a short while, the website is taken down and you cannot so you cannot see that a fraudulent website has been existing for close to 10 years or more. So if somebody is telling you that our business is legit and we are 10 years in the market, and you come to the link and come to the website and you've checked that and it's just showing that maybe registered 2 months ago, even if it's not necessarily a scam, that should raise further questions for you to investigate. And if you come further, you see that the registrant's contact. Now, the organization that registered this email is Guarantee Trust Bank. If the person that is saying, oh, this is our business, you come and you see that that is not the name registrant's contact, that should raise questions in your heart. So basically all we are saying is that AI has made scams become really, really advanced. And you cannot say, oh, I will look at a scam and be able to identify it. That's almost impossible to do. You cannot look at a scam and say, oh, I will identify. That's almost impossible to do. So instead of you saying, does this look like a scam? You should be asking yourself, have I investigated this? That should be the actual question, because with how AI has advanced, I'm sure you see videos of, you see deepfakes online, you see voice cloning, and it's looking exactly like that's the person. You cannot even identify that, oh, this is a different person. So you can no longer guarantee and say, oh, I will look at this and I'll identify. What you have to do is you have to investigate. You have to investigate. It's not sufficient to just look. Until you've investigated it, you can be sure that, oh, I can proceed. So So if there's one thing I want you to leave this session with, is that you have to have the mindset of an investigator. An investigator does not rely on assumptions. Now, you can say, oh, this looks good. This does not look fake. That's an assumption. An investigator does not rely on assumptions. And how AI has progressed, if you think, oh, this looks good, that'll be an assumption. So for you to stay safe, the right step is to investigate. And so the next time you see a text message, you see that mail, you see that investment opportunity that seems too good to be true, don't forget to ask yourself. Don't ask yourself, does this look like a scam? Instead, ask yourself, have I investigated this? Thank you very much.
Oh, this is really so beautiful and amazing. Like, even if you don't learn anything in this section, just you will know what is investigation. You will learn to investigate. That is so beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate. So we're moving over to our third speaker. So when he's done for the next 20 minutes, that would Santos will come back for the deepfake, and then we'll take Q&A. So all the way from South Africa, I don't want to miscall your names. I'm sorry if I miscall your names. So Letabo will be taking over from here, and it will taking us through social engineering. Thank you. Over to you. Letabo, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon to everyone. I just want to confirm, is my voice projected fine?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Letaba, and today I'll be just sharing you with a couple of things that most my colleagues have already covered, but I'm just going to try to be as quick as possible, but at the same time giving you our full experience of the awareness. So let me just share my screen now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can you see my presentation? All right, cool. So, where do I start? Okay. So, once again, my name is Letabo, and in the next 15 minutes, I will show you how exactly attackers use your social media to get into everything that you own online. So, buckle up. The topic is one password away from everything. Social media is how they find you. A reused password is how they own you. That is literally the whole talk. Everything else is just proof. So just think about it again. Social media is how they find you. A reused password is how they own you. These are the topics that we're going to cover. We're going to cover 5 sections within this 15 minutes with zero jargon. We're going to look at attack surface. We're going to look at password reuse. We're going to look at the attack chain. We're going to look at the awareness fails. And lastly, or why awareness fails. And lastly, we're going to look at the 5 things you need to do today. So again, I'm going to move a little bit fast. So at least everyone, please stay with me. If I'm a bit fast, please do raise your hand, or maybe you can just unmute your mic if you have any question. Thank you very much. So everything you post publicly on social media is research material for attackers. Your Instagram, your LinkedIn, and also your Facebook, it is all an open buffet for attackers. Before sending a single message, attackers already know your name, your employer, your manager, and how your voice is like from the last video you posted December during the Pride. And did you know that like 67% of employees had an incident via their personal social accounts in 2025? That is 2 out of 3 people. So how many of you here on this chat have listed their employer on social media? See, if I wasn't a attacker already, I would know how to actually come for you. What is it that they actually harvest from you? They harvest things like your name, your employer, your work email. Why do they do that? Because they want to create a convincing, personalized attack built entirely from your public posts. So it is careful. So for the next time you post, please do make sure that you are very careful of what you post, because it might be one of the reasons why your company lost millions of rands. There's something called impersonation. Your account doesn't need to be hacked for your identity to be weaponized. Someone just simply downloads your LinkedIn picture, make a fake WhatsApp with your name and your title, then messages your colleague. So 71% of business leaders found out that they have fake profiles. So imagine you get a friend request from yourself asking to be a friend for yourself. Imagine that. So that is one thing again that you should be very careful. I was speaking to one of my colleagues this other day, and I told them that, did you know that your account might be compromised? And he says, no, why has nothing happened? I'm like, yeah, because you're nothing for now. I mean, they can't salvage much of you, so they wouldn't do anything until you become famous or become an icon. That is where maybe your accounts will come in news. But for now, maybe they might have hacked you, but there's nothing to extract, so they just rather leave you. And that's why you wouldn't notice that you're actually hacked. So for everyone, I'm just going to also show you how to find out if your passwords have been breached onto the dark web database. Just to confirm again, everyone can still hear me, right? Just the thumbs up will do. Thank you very much. So these are the 5 attack types. We have fake profiles, we have deep fake voice and also video, we have DM phishing, we have hijacked accounts, and lastly, we have fake job offers. All these examples my colleagues have shown you, so I'm not going to dwell much in them, but these are the ways that they come for you. So when I was doing my research for this presentation, I found out that in 2023, there were almost 500,000 cases of deepfakes. But in 2025, it increased by 16 times. That means 8 million accounts were found related to deepfakes within that 2 years. There was even a case in where a finance manager was even called to move 18.5 million into a fraudulent account. So that is how good these AI tools have been getting better. And by 2026, I can only imagine what more are we going to see. Yeah. So email phishing gets clicked probably 2 to 4% of the time because of the training that we get at work. But DM and also SMS are up to 36%. That is 9 times more effective. Because your guard is completely down when you're scrolling on socials, attackers notice that we have actually got smarter with emails. So they really just try to move into where you're most comfortable, like your DMs or maybe your cell phone, because at that time you're not really in that position of being aware of being attacked. So they use that small gap to actually anticipate your credentials. So here's an example here. Probably you get this now. You get this message from maybe someone claiming to be Jack, your CFO, and they're asking you to do them a favor. And then at the end of the sentence, they simply say, "Keep this between us for now." Would you believe this? Well, some people unfortunately would fall for this, but some people wouldn't fall for this. And how do you actually make sure that you don't fall for this? Here are the flags that you should look at. Number 1, the unknown number. If someone texts you with an unknown number, that is the first flag. Please try to confirm with the original number that you've saved on your cell phone, or please contact them via email just to be sure if it is the person that you're speaking to. Number 2, manufactured agency. They like to make it seem as if it's an urgent matter so that you don't have to, maybe for example, it was 1:30 and they're asking you to do it before 2 p.m. So already you wouldn't want to verify, you would just want to act because they put that urgency in you. So that is the second thing that you must look out for. And then they demand secrecy, where they tell you to keep it between you guys, and also the wrong channel. And lastly, maybe they would like to use, because most of the scams, they like to use your LinkedIn profile picture. But yeah, that is most of the things that we should look out for. And then we have 6 triggers that they pull. They pull urgency, authority, trust, curiosity, fear, and also reciprocity. So looking at maybe, let's see, trust. With trust, they will ask you maybe a message from a friend, and maybe a message from a friend asking you to do something, because you wouldn't know that is, the friend is hijacked. You would actually think that it's a trustworthy message, but at the end of the day, you would be subjected to one of these attacks. So here's an example. Let's say, for example, my friend Tawo decides to message me, "Yo, I found these tickets. Please apply for them, claim yours today before they run out." Already if I know Tabo very well, I know that Tabo is not a nigger. Tabo doesn't say yo in every sentence. So already that's a foul move. Secondly, Tabo doesn't even do festivals. The last festival Tabo went to was in what, primary school. So why would he be sending me all these links? So those are the things that you actually should use to actually confirm. And secondly, if you get such information, please try to use other channels. Maybe, for example, if they texted you on Instagram, you can just go to your WhatsApp and be like, hey, Tabo, did you really send me this? And then they can confirm, like, no, my account was hacked and all that. So, a real account, a fake message. Number one, the tone was off. I did mention that Tabo doesn't say yo. Tabo has a certain way of speaking, so yo was one of the things that gave it away. Number two, this guy's link. I know the festival that Tabo is speaking about, but I know that is not their original domain. Number three, it is too good. My colleagues mentioned at some point that nothing is for free in this world, so something is very fishy. Just like that, you remember those win an iPhone messages? We know that you can't just win an iPhone. And lastly, ask you to log in. Most of these things, they'll redirect you into pages, which I'm going to also show you guys now after this presentation on how they actually get you. So I'm going to create a link that is very similar to a Facebook account or a Twitter account. And then I'm going to show you when I put my login details, what happens on the attacker's side. So number two, we're going to look at one breach every platform. For example, 19 billion passwords were leaked. And did you know that 94% of them were reused and also duplicated? So for example, it is found that someone uses the same password across 5 to 7 services. That means you have the same password for Facebook, same password for TikTok, same password, because that's how much people are lazy. So for example, if I personally will be investigating someone, I'll make an example now. I'll make an example. Let me just save it for now. I'll just make an example. For now, I'm just going to look at the most guessed password in 2026. There's some people who are still using password like 123456, love, password, admin. This is real people. People still use the password 123456. I know I'm one of them. Sometimes I'm lazy to actually create a password, but you found that 1.06 billions of people actually created the password 123456, which resulted in their accounts being compromised. So this runs an industrial scale. What do they mean? Did you know that in every second, there's like 7,000 attempts of traffic within the internet every second? 7,000. That means there's 7,000 attempts that are happening in every second trying to gain password in different kinds of accounts, which resulted in a 2.8 billion password that were put up for sale in a criminal forum. For example, if you have access to the dark web, let me show you a similar example. For example, maybe our host here, Miss Chioma, maybe I'm trying to hack her account. Already I can tell that, okay, she's this lady, and then I look through her Facebook, I look through her LinkedIn, and I get all the details. And now when I maybe try to log into her account, of course I can't send her these things. She's very well informed. Okay, that is a problem. But what do you do? For example, there are sites like this ones. So for example, this is one of her emails. So this is one of the emails. So you can go to this website called Have I Been Pawned? That means, has my account ever been breached? You put the email, and then afterwards you check it. Once you check it, it can tell that no, there's 2 data breaches. Then I personally, I don't want to show people how to do it, because as I say, this is for educational purposes. You can go to the dark web and actually check, is there any account that is related to this? Even this will give you the password. I'll be like, no, it was actually hacked between that Twitter incident that happened. So you can go to the dark web, filter out for Twitter, and actually look for this email and buy it for as little as $10. And then I can access her accounts. And I'm hoping that she's not using the same password across each and every platform that she has. So one key opens every door. So for example, that password that I got from that database, I can actually test it out on her emails, banking, work login, storage, shopping, and also streaming. Just that single password. So do you see the effects of actually someone reusing the same password each and every time? It is not good practice, and I suggest that if you are one of those people who's doing so, please ensure that you change your passwords or you start reusing a different password before you get reached. Because once you get reached, they're going to come for you and they will get you because of these small things. So how is it that they take you down? Number one, they get the credentials. And then afterwards, once they get the credentials, it's either they try to log in or they sell them for as little as $10 on the dark web. And then they do something called credential stuffing, which I'm going to show you after this. And then they use AI predict variants. For example, if your password was summer 2024, the AI will try to generate a new password that is related to the old password, maybe changing it to summer 2025. And afterwards, the full takeover. That is where they gain access to all your accounts. So I spoke about something called credential stuffing. Credential stuffing is like a bot that takes one stolen email and password pair and tries it on hundreds of sites at once. Most fail, but reuse means some succeed. And did you know that 1 in 5 logins online in a stuffing attack? So that means in Facebook, every login that they get, 1 in 5 of them is a stuffing attack. That makes it 18% of all internet bot traffic is this. That means 18% of traffic that is found on the internet, it's all this bot trying to hack into each and every one of, trying to hack into accounts and getting access to them. There was this scenario that I wanted to show people with a video, but I thought it was going to take time. There was this Chinese company that was, they called a finance manager, and then they put them inside a Teams meeting. It seems like a meeting that they asked them to join. So basically, it had the director, the CFO, and also one of their colleagues. And they were speaking about maybe a specific business. And then they requested their finance manager to please transfer 25 million. Because this person saw the director, they asked permission from the director, and the director gave a go ahead. And then this person, once the money was sent, then the call ended, and then she found out that everyone in that call was AI generated. So you see, seeing is not believing anymore. So there was also one of this interview that I got. This interview was a paid interview. So basically they say to me, okay, for you to complete this interview, you need to install this application and complete the following task. I took it, but before I executed the task, I actually did some research and I found out that no, this company never existed. And then what I found out that what they sent me was a malware that was an info stealer, which was going to access my password manager and actually scrape all my passwords. And then they were going to be sold onto the internet for cash. So please be careful. Never run a file from a recruiter that is not verified. The password saved in your browser are one juicy target. A real employer never needs you to install software to interview. So please do understand that no interviewer is going to ask you to install a certain kind of software on your device. It is mostly done online and prepared. And then why awareness is not enough. So when everything pings, nothing alarms. So normally you'll get a lot of notifications, 3 people liked you, new connection, suspicious login, and they've realized that no, 9% of people do not click this, but in those 9% of people who click it, they actually click and also follow all those things. So attackers actually use this kind of strategy to actually get you to actually click onto these links and actually harvest all your credentials. So how to protect yourself? There's 5 habits that break the chain. Number 1, use a password manager. My colleagues have mentioned something about a password manager, and also turn on your MFA, which stands for multi-factor authentication. Maybe use the Authenticator app, not an SMS. Every stolen password can't log in without it. And then we have a lock down your privacy. Again, we have verify on separate channels. If someone is asking you for money urgently, please try to call them or maybe try to ask them in a different social media platform so that you can be sure that the person that is asking for the money is really the person. And lastly, check your exposure. As I showed you, there's something that is called, where's this thing? This, for example, I have an email that I've been trying to remove. So this is my email. My first personal email, And when I was checking it this other day, I found out that there's 10 breaches, and then it shows all this thing. As you can see, the June 2026 Stila logs, it shows that it was stolen, and also it shows this thing, this track. So for example, if I wanted to steal this information for this individual, I'll firstly read all these articles, and then I'm going, okay, the data troll stealer. And then I can copy this data troll stealer and then go to the dark web and then filter it through data troll stealer and look for this specific email, and it's going to give me that one password that is found within the breach. So that is something new that people should actually try to look at. That's if you have access to the dark web. But yeah, yes.
But sorry, we can't see what you are showing if you
Oh.
actually see something. Yeah,
Oh.
we are just seeing the 5 things to do today. But the other one you were showing about the emails, we didn't say that.
Okay, let me figure out why is it not showing?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So for everything you were showing, we were only seeing your slide presentation.
Okay, let me just say entire screen. Okay, share. All right, can you see this is the website? I can't believe that you haven't been seeing this, but yes. So
We've
this is
not
the
just seen it now. Thank you.
All right. So this is my email, one of the email that I believe that has been compromised. So you can just put in your email and then press check. Now, when you're pressing check, it's going to tell you that it's 10 data breaches. So for example, I, as an attacker, if I was trying to track it myself, I would simply say, okay, cool, this person's password has been breached. So now I can just scroll down and look at the data history and says, oh, so one of the recent one is the June 2026 stealer. Then I read the article. Then afterwards, I can go to the dark web. That's if you have access to the dark web, and be able to purchase my credentials using that specific title as a filter. So there is websites that are selling all these login details, and then you can use that specific title as the filter, and then use my email as also one of the emails login that I'm looking for. So please, guys, if ever maybe you find yourself, maybe if you believe that maybe your email might be compromised, please just put in your email here, press check, and look at where it's actually being compromised, and then try to change your password and everything. So ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to show you an example of how they actually steal your passwords. So this is my machine. So I'm running a virtual machine here, which is called Kali Linux. So basically, Kali Linux is an operating system that is used by hackers to actually hack into people's systems. So I'm not going to show you a lot. Okay, it looks like this thing is, why is it doing this now? Oh, all right, let me just restart it. It won't take time. I'll just have to restart it. So yeah, but basically, in closing, they don't need to hack the system. They just need to know they just need you to reuse the same password over and over and over. So word of the day is, please stop reusing passwords and try to maybe manage your password using what's this thing? Recommended apps like your Authenticator and also Google Password Manager. So I'm just gonna wait for my system just to boot up a bit. And then, so basically what I'm running here is a virtual box, and I'm running an operating system called Kali Linux. And in this Kali Linux, I'm able to, let me just log in. So basically, as you can see, this is one of the operating systems that are used by hackers. So it's like Windows, but on steroids. Well, it's not Windows, but like, yeah, but it's something different. So I'm just gonna take, just gonna use a tool. I'm not gonna show you the real tool, but I'm just gonna show you one of the example of the tools that they actually use. There's something called social engineering tool. I'm just gonna put my password. So something called social engineering tool. So the social engineering toolkit is actually, as you can see, social engineering toolkit created by this guy and this guy and this guy. So basically, I can create all these attacks, the social engineering attack, penetration attack, and all the way. But I just want to show you one of the attacks. Then I'm just gonna simply just put one for social engineering attack, and I'm just gonna do the website. gonna do the website, and then I don't want to do the other parts. I'm just gonna choose credential, and then I don't have time for the custom. I'll just do a web template, and then they're gonna ask me what kind do I want. Okay, let's just do Google, and then it's gonna run this. So I could have run this on my server where it's gonna be able to actually take in people's password when they enter their unique URL that I use. But I'm just gonna show you just the basic URL. Just gonna click this side, and then it's gonna say local. And then as you can see, it's a normal login. Someone would think it's a login. Maybe I'm asking you to access a Google Drive for work. And then you put in maybe your details. Maybe I'm going to say admin at admin.com. And then I'm going to put my password as 123456789. And then afterwards, I just simply say sign in. I just press continue. And then it does this. I'm like, okay, what was that? But what you don't see is that the attacker was able to gain your password. As you can see, if I scroll in, if I scroll, as you can see, here's the email that I input, and also here's the password that I put. So please be careful of the type of password that you're actually using. Not the type of password, the types of link. Make sure that you confirm every link. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That is it from me.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. But you know that the other practicals that you did later, but we didn't get to see your screen. The other things you showed us, we get to see your screen. So if there is a way for you to show us to those ones before we take Q&A, and then Santos will come back and finish up.
The example that I was showing you, Miss, was the same one that I was using for checking the email if it is actually exists in a data breach. So
Okay.
yeah, so that is fine. That is fine, I think.
All right, so it's been a straight an hour 30 minutes so far. So we'll take questions because we want to decongest the air first. We'll take questions before Santos will come back with AI deepfake. All right, so questions, please. You can unmute yourself and ask your questions. Thank you. Any questions so far?
Yes, please. There's a question.
All right.
Can I proceed, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. The question is directed to all the presenters, though. Anybody can answer because all the presenters touched the question. Yeah. Okay. This is it. While presenting, you said something that messages like you providing your information will not come directly from the bank. So I want to know, is it at what stage are you not supposed to provide something like OTP? Because there are times where maybe you are registering for something, say you are registering for an account, maybe you are opening for an account, you are an OTP, then tell it insert that OTP. So I don't know whether that stage, like, or after the account or like that. I don't know that it gets like line of question.
Okay. The question is directed to the second speaker, I guess. Jess, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
But then can you rephrase your question, because I personally do not understand the question, so that we can actually get it clear to be able to answer you, please.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Like what presenting, one of the presenters not to say that at no point in time you are supposed to provide an OTP. That if somebody calls or somebody message you that he's from the bank asking you to provide an OTP to your account. So my question is, is it at all points in time? Because maybe sometimes at the point of creating your own account, you are asked to provide an OTP. So at what point in time are you not supposed to provide that OTP? That's the question.
Okay, so she will answer first, and the other person will contribute. So, Jemima, over to you.
Okay. So if I get your question, you are saying that since we are saying you should be careful about the details you are providing, at what point should you be able to safely give your information to the bank? That's it, right? That's what you're asking, not so?
Yes, that is it. Exactly.
So when you have to provide information to the bank, it is when you are in the bank while you are performing a transaction related to your account. Now, what we are saying you should be careful about is when they call you, somebody calls you claiming to be from your bank, and they are saying, provide details to your account. Maybe they are saying, what is your OTP, or what is your PIN, or just sensitive details around your accounts. Do you understand? Now, the bank will not call you to provide sensitive details to them. Do you understand? Now, let me make it more practical. At times, in the Nigerian setting now, your accounts may even have a problem. You won't even know that there's a problem with that account till you get to the bank. You get. So what we are just trying to tell you is that the bank itself will not call you to divulge any information to them. So the proper point where you divulge information is while you are in the bank, while performing transactions on your account. Is that clear? To a bank staff, not just anybody in the bank, to a bank staff. Does that answer your question?
Okay, yes, at some point, but then I still need some clarification.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, go on.
There are some instances where it is not practically possible to like go to the bank and perform some operation. So maybe sometimes you just try to check that on your app, on your bank app, and then such informations are required from you. Okay, let's say you got a password on account, such transactions make such operations, and you are not close where maybe you can go to the bank. There's no nearby bank. Sometimes you travel to the rural areas, and then you just the only option you have is to use your phone and then perform such operation. So in that type of situation, what are you supposed to do? Because from what you have said, you said you only provide such information when you are in the bank. So where it is impractically possible for you to access the bank, what are you supposed to do then?
Now, your concerns are in terms of your mobile app, right? Can you go over your question? Maybe type it. I think your network is not very clear. Type what you are trying to ask. I can't really get what you are saying. Type it.
So
The network is breaking.
what he's saying is
Okay.
probably you are in a rural area and then you can't access a bank and then you're using your mobile app and then a code is being sent to you. So are you not going to use it? But I think he is not understanding the fact that you cannot give an OTP code to someone that calls you on phone and requests for a code. So Jess, if you can hear me, what we are saying is that if someone calls you from the bank requesting for an OTP code that is being sent to you, that means you have to run for your life. But then peradventure, let me use an example. I want to make a withdrawal from Piggyverse. So, and then before I can withdraw, they are requesting to send an OTP to me, which I will impute, and then they will access the withdrawal. So I'm going to click on request, and then Piggyverse sends me an OTP. I copy it and I paste on OTP option and I withdraw. That is different. It's different from when someone calls you on phone and they said, "Oh, I'm from Piggyverse," and then an OTP has been sent to you through SMS. Can you check it and send it to us because you are trying to verify or upgrade your account? Meanwhile, you did request for an upgrade and your account doesn't need verification. Now, that is what we are saying that you should never do. because if the person have the access to the OTP, and if actually an OTP was sent to your account, that means they are trying to hack the account. And if you give it to them, you will lose the account. So, Jez, is that clear?
Okay, sorry, just to add to what she said. Your confusion is the fact of a mobile app. A mobile app is still a designated banking platform. So if you are using an app, it's not out of place. Do you understand? That's what she's just trying to say. Do you get?
Yes.
So
okay,
what they are
perfectly
trying to say is
understand that.
when somebody comes from outside and they say you should give details, but if you are using your mobile app, that's fine. Do you get? It's when somebody else is calling from outside claiming to be from the bank. If you're the one that started the transaction, they are saying they have sent you your OTP code, you definitely impute it in your app to continue your transaction. Is that clear? That it's just like what I said. And reaches out to you instead of clicking the link.
All right, can anyone hear me? Is it just me or is Jemima
In
off?
the
Okay,
need to
I think it's network.
So instead of you, I mean, what they are just trying to say is that if it's from the bank or the app, that's fine. Just like what I said, that if a mail is sent to you, instead of you clicking a link there, and they are claiming it's from the bank, go to the mobile app, which is the designated banking platform, or this is the actual bank. So if you are giving information to at the bank or on the official app, that's fine. You get. Fana, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I've gotten that perfectly.
All right, that's beautiful. So any other question before we move on? Any other question, please? From the three presentations, any other question? Any questions so far? Okay, so I actually have a question I'm trying open, but then it's really important. So the question says is from the registration form. The question says, how can we know fraudsters on LinkedIn? So I'm trying to open to our three guest speakers. How can we know fraudsters on LinkedIn? And I know Santos actually asked the question when he was starting, if we have gotten any messages on LinkedIn, something fishy, job offers that actually is not aligning and something like that. So someone asked this question. I would like us to touch it before Santos rounds up in the next 10-15 minutes. So we'll start with Letabo, please. Then when you're done, Jemima can contribute to that, and then Santos take over.
Hi, Miss. Can you please rephrase the question? My network was a bit off there.
Okay, the question said, how can we know fraudsters on LinkedIn?
How can we know?
Fraudsters, scammers,
fraudsters.
scammers, yeah, scammers on
Okay.
LinkedIn.
No, I think it's mostly it's all about verification. I think if maybe someone offers you a job, I think it's best that you do basic research, like check the website, company website, check emails, check their footprint in terms of social media. Have they actually been posting since a certain year? Because if account was created not so long ago, then it's evidence that this might be a scam. Also, at the same time, check the number of users, check the email domains. Some scammers are very lazy. They don't actually buy the domain names, so they will mostly contact you via Gmail account. I think that is one of the things that you should look out for. No one is going to send you a job offer when they're using a Gmail or a Yahoo account. It's mostly domain specific to that organization. Also, the website, do check the about, check if it correlates with the mission and vision of the actual job description, because I might say I'm hiring you for software development, but if you're checking it on my website, it has nothing to do with not social, man, software development. So I think that is one thing again that you should look out for. Also, any kind of contact number, I think we have tools like Truecaller. So any number that they use to call you, please also use Truecaller to actually verify. So there's a lot of ways to verify this information. Also with Facebook, I feel like Facebook is one of the platforms that is underestimated in terms of recognizing scams. So I think one of the jobs that my cousin once had, and they wanted to verify it, so I couldn't verify it in another way. So I just took the job description and just put it on Facebook, and Facebook uses this algorithm to actually find related posts that has to do with that kind of message, if I can say, that was sent for your interview. And then you'll see comments of people saying, don't go there, my sister didn't come back, and they wanted 200 for what, for background check and all that. So yes, I think there's a lot of ways to do some research. But yeah, thank you.
All right, so that's beautiful. Jemima, over to you, please.
Okay. So just like he said, just in addition to what he had said, at times you look at the profile. Is it having little activity or little presence on the profile? That's a link. I mean, that's a clue. And then in your conversations with the person, is the person requesting for personal information? Is the person requesting for money? Maybe the person has said, oh, they're going to give you a job. And the person has said, okay, for you to proceed to the proceed further, you have to pay a certain amount of money. That would be a red flag that, oh, this is a fraudster, this is not a legitimate opportunity. Also, if you are in doubt of a profile, you can use the image, and you can take out the image and check on Google Image to see if the person has been associated with any fraudulent activity in the past. So those are the few ways. But basically, anybody who asks for your personal information or data or money is a red flag.
All right, that's perfect. So Santos.
And again, sorry, let me add one more. If the person is saying the person works for an organization and a particular company, you check the company website. Is the person associated with the company's website? If that's not the case, that's a red flag as well.
And even they might, even the company email address that they use won't even be the same with the company if you check it out too.
Yes.
So Santos, please, over to you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you get the question. The question said, how do we know scammers on LinkedIn?
Yeah, exactly. So when we receive any newly connection request, or when you receive any ping from the any new user, right? So if they will offer any kind of job, like, so this is the job description, and if you see, when you go to their profile, you can see the complete timeline for that profile. So where that guy was really working, and what is the complete work experience. And so and another thing, you can ask them like that, if they really want to offer a job or anything, you can directly ask them, you can directly communicate. So you can mention to them in such a way like that, so please try to communicate through your official email address. So official email address means, for suppose that guy was belongs to the ABC company, so he was say like that, I am from ABC company, I want to offer a job offer. So you can mention in such a way like that, please try to communicate to the ABC in the same official domain. So from in the official domain way, so we can in the domain email conversation, we can able to conversation further. So don't do any official communication, and don't share any kind of personal information in the LinkedIn. This is the one thing. And second validation step we can take, if they will ask for the payment, if someone will ask in such a way like that, so you need to pay certain amount of amount like $10 or $20 as a registration fees. So once you have done the registration, we will schedule a interview, neither we will release a offer letter. So no, in such a company is there, they will don't no any employer will charge you a amount before they will never charge you a amount for the scheduling the interview or scheduling the releasing the offer letter. So you need to do these all kind of validation. And you can ask in another thing also. So for suppose if they will say like that, some senior system developer role is available, so you can same thing, you can ask for the job ID. So what is the job ID? It's the same thing, you need to validate in their official career page. So if it's ABC company is there, so you need to directly go to the Google and search like ABC company career page. So it will redirect you to the official career page. There you can able to cross validate with the job ID which the user was sent, right? The which user was saying in the LinkedIn, is that is the one the same, it was matching or not. So in that way manner, you need to cross validate. Is it a truly it's a real opportunity, or it's a legitimate, or it's a scam thing? So don't ever pay to anyone before it's a job, before they will say, so never, so not before or after. So never you need to pay anything. So they need to pay you, right? You no need to pay to anyone for scheduling the interview or schedule for getting the offer letter. Just think these are the main key points.
Okay, this is perfect. So, Santos, before you take over the AI deepfake, I will have to throw one question. So that question will come when you're done. So, everybody will get to throw their opinion. The question said, how to retrieve hacked email and social media accounts. How can we retrieve hacked email and social media accounts? So, when you're done presenting the AI deepfake, then we'll answer this question and then we'll round up for the night. So over to you, Santos. AI deepfake. You can share your screen now. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Please confirm if my screen was visible to everyone. Please react.
Yes, please. We can see it.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
So as we already discussed till job offer scams, so there is few slides left for the this is the latest scam which is currently booming. So like AI voice and deep fake scams. So generally it will work in such a way like that. So generally the hacker, the scammers, what they will do, so for suppose they will uh, clone your family member voices or their pictures. So if first you need to think like that, if in a morning you have received a one call from your unknown number. Okay, in that call the someone is talking from other side, their voice is similar to your mother or father, and they are totally tensioned, they are asking for some money. Yeah, suddenly just send the money to this new number. So that number will be new, the number, the guy from the which number you have received the call, that is a new number, but the call from the voice is, it's a familiar to your family member voice. So if you receive such kind of calls, or suddenly if someone will call you video calls to the WhatsApp and say like the appearance would be looks like your father or mother or any one of your family member or either friends also. So you see like, okay, I saw the video call, in the video call my friend is only there, so maybe he's my friend only. So maybe he will say like that, okay, I got stuck at somewhere, so my payment was not working, can you please send me the some amount, or like can you please send me some dollars to the specific number or like that. So before sending to any amount or any sharing personal details, so if it's a legit, so if they're looking like a your father or mother or family member, or the voice is the voice is like a same voice like your father's or mother's voice, but you need to, before sending anything to them, just try to cross validate with your previous number. So the original number is there, right? Where the new number, from the which new number they have tried to interact with you, so you try to reach out the original number. So you directly call to your father, which number you have communicated earlier with them. So directly call them and ask, so are you really, you have called me and you are asking me this information or not? So don't blindly believe like that, okay, this voice is looking like a familiar voice, so I can proceed. So don't even, so generally the hackers will use the new numbers to interact with you. So that's why before you have interacted with them and before you have shared any information with them, so try to communicate with your family members earlier. So you called your dad earlier, so dad, I got a call from the another number. In that number you have asked me the, these all are the stuff. Is it, are you really, you are asked, you are called me from that number or not? Just do this kind of cross validation, because nowadays the AI become so much superior, so we can't able to, so if we can't able to recognize, is it true or false, so is it really legitimate or scam? So you need to cross validate in such a manner. You need to approach them, you need to call them in a personal number. If so previously interacted with number, so original phone number if your fathers or mother, and try to cross validate and ask them, so are you the really you are called me to the other number or not? So in such a manner you need to do the cross validation. Okay, so don't blindly fall for these scams, because this type of scams nowadays rapidly growing, because the AI is take overing the all the things, right? So the voice and defects is a small things to do the scam. So be careful. If you receive any kind of calls or anything, before responding them and before reaching out, before sending your information or payments, please do multiple times cross validate. Okay, this is the things which you can able to do. and and this is the stop method which you need to be do before doing the any kind of action. So generally how the scammers or attackers will do, they will create an urgency. So you need to do it now, you need to click on the link immediately, neither your account will block, neither this thing will be happen, neither this, so they will create an emergency, because in the emergency manner we can, they will not give you the time to think like is it real or not, because they will create a such emergency situation. They will create a FOMO in the sense fear of missing out. So they will send a one mail like that, okay, if you have not claimed this one, you will miss an opportunity to claim an iPhone. So we thought like, okay, we need to click in immediately, and they will mention like a, okay, this is the 5 minutes, the link will be expired in 5 minutes, you need to click immediately. So slow down, don't go blindly, and don't react immediately. Scammers rely on urgency, so just think before interacting. So and the think like that, does this message actually make sense or not? Why someone will give you iPhone? Why someone will give you the free money? Why someone will give you free coupons? Nothing was free. Just think about that thing. And observe the, check email address and links and spelling and unusual requests. So is there any spelling mistakes in the email address? Or as I already told you, we can validate the email to the virus total and the URL scan, and we need to validate the like when the domain got created. So before clicking on the link, use that tool like browser link. For the replication part, like it will create a virtual VM and we need to validate. So protect, so as I told you, we need to enable the multi-factor authentication and two-factor authentication. So never share and passwords to OTP. So just think this four stop method: slow down, think, observe, and protect. This will definitely save you become a victim. Yeah, so and real world lesson, like, so what generally investigation reveals from, so from years of cybersecurity investigation, one pattern solution: attackers rely on the break to the sophisticated technology. They gain access because someone clicked on the link without thinking. So that's why I told you we need to more focus on stop method. We need to think before acting, before clicking on the any kind of link. Trusted convenience, convincing fake messages. So they will interact in such a way like that. So they will show like that, I am your friend, I am, this is the guy, I am your friend, I am your family member, I am your neighborhood. So they will interact in a such a way you can think like, okay, maybe, so you will fall for their victim, because they can never, they will interact as an unknown guy. They will tell, I am your father's friend, I am your mother's friend, I am your friends of friend. So before sending, before trusting to someone, please cross validate, is it really my friend or not? Sending sensitive information will with the wrong person. I told you that before sending to any information them, be careful, be think. So must follow the stop method: slow down, think, observe, and protect. At same thing. So before you click, pause and think. Before you trust, verify independently. Before you share, ask yourself. So if someone asking any kind of sensitive information, just ask why he was asking, why he needed my personal information. Just think. So main key takeaway was hackers target systems, but scammers target trust. First, they will try to gain your trust. Like they will tell us like I am your neighborhood, I am staying beside you only. I am already I am already known you from the last 5 years. So they will try to gain your trust first. Then after they will start implementing the things what they want to do. Protecting yourself starts with a questioning before clicking. So what are the things which you can able to do? Enable multi-factor authentication, verify unexpected messages through different channels, report suspicious messages. You can protect someone else. So if you have received any kind of scam messages or in spam messages, you identified, yeah, this may be a spam, this may be a phishing mail. So you can tell your friends also. You will try to educate your friends. Okay, this phishing mail should be look like this. When you guys will be received, don't interact them blindly. So you can mention your friends and try to educate others also. So once you educate others also, then only you can able to explore more things. So I hope I think this is the complete session about the things. So if you have any questions or any queries, you can directly ask. Neither you can uh, chat. Thank you all.
Thank
If
you
you have
so
anything, please
much
let me know.
for that wonderful presentation. So if you have any question, please you can ask. But then in the absence of that, we're going to take that one question that I dropped that said, how do we retrieve a hacked account? Yeah. So is there any question first before we go to that? Is there any question based on what has been presented so far and what Santos just presented now? Okay, so in the absence of questions, we're going to take this one last question. We'll call it a night because it's already late in some countries. Okay, Obioma, let's take your question.
Okay, good evening, everybody from Nigeria. Yes, it's evening over here. What I want to say is not a question, actually. I just want to say thank you to the hosts and then to the speakers. You guys are amazing. Like from the first speaker down to the last speaker, the topic is on point. Okay, so one of the takeouts I have from this section is that when you get suspicious emails, when you get messages and then it looks suspicious to you because just like the last speaker said, why would somebody want to gift you an iPhone? Okay, so if you're not expecting that kind of email and then you receive it, it should trigger your safety bulb. Like it should not go up immediately, and then you start thinking, okay, so I'm not expecting this, and then I receive it. I have to investigate what's going on. It's either you ignore, because that's the best answer. You either ignore them so that your human emotion will not get into the way. You start being greedy. You start having fear and then urgency. Okay, because that's what the scammers always feed on. Okay, and then I also want to thank I think the previous speaker, that's Jemima, for talking about this OTP. Because to some people it's not that they don't see it as so much important, but in security it is a very important aspect. If you didn't initiate this transaction and somebody is calling you to ask you for a number that came into your phone, you need to be at alert, okay? Because that's the OTP they are asking for. So if you're not the one operating your banking app and then you're receiving a message with those valuable numbers, that OTP, you need to be at alert so you don't fall for scam. So thank you guys very much. Thank you, Mrs. Choma, for this section, and thank you to the speakers. I will have mentioned names, but I don't want to murder your names. Thank you, and have a lovely day or night ahead.
All right, that is a very beautiful contribution. You forgot to mention that you investigate, even if you don't let anyone, we'll learn that legal term that say investigate. So you investigate. So thank you so much, Obioma. So back to the question that we have on our registration form that said, how can one retrieve a hacked email and social media account? So that was what we'll take, and then we'll call it a night, please. So we'll start with Santos. You will throw more light about that on that, and then Jemima will take over before Letabo will come in, please. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So you mean like how to we have retrieve the hacked email? That's what your question, right?
Yes, the person said, how do you retrieve a hacked email address and then social media account? Maybe your account is being hacked and they want to retrieve it. So you just throw light on how to do that. Maybe if it's the hack email or social media account, then the next speaker will talk on the next one.
Yeah, sure. So if I say like that, if any our email data got breached, right? I think some of the one speaker was already shown the thing like we can how can you validate like is our email got breached or not, right? So if you
Yeah.
found like that our email data got breached, so at that time, so as a first immediately as a precautionary measure, what we can able to do immediately we need to reset the complete credentials and try to enable immediately two-factor authentication in the email. Like in the two-factor authentication, you can add the MFA or neither you can able to add a mobile OTP authentication. So if you add these two things, right, what will happen from the next time if the so you can, and the third thing what you can do, you can log out the all the active sessions. So from the which where account the same the email got logged in already, you can able to log out from the all the active sessions. And you whenever you enable the two-factor authentication, if the attacker as attacker is already know your email id and password, right? When it you have already changed your password to the new password, so anyway you have not aware of the new password and you have already done the logout from the all the active sessions. So whenever you try to log in again, so first of all it will show like the your password was incorrect, so he can't able to access your email again. And second thing was like whenever you will try to do the whenever you have enabled the MFA authentication, if for suppose you have aware of the newly created password also, but still he can't able to log in your account. Why? Because we have enabled the MFA. So whenever you will try to log in, OTP will send to our mobile device. So once he will enter that OTP, then only he can able to log in. So in that manner, if you have found our email got breached, so we can do these all kind of steps. And just briefly again telling like we can enable the MFA authentication, reset the complete our credentials. Third, revoke the all the active sessions. By using three steps, we can able to protect the compromised email account. But my opinion was after compromising, taking steps will be better than taking the precautionary steps. That will be better, my opinion. So we need to be taking precautionary measures so the attack will be not going to be happen. So that will be my suggestion.
So Santos, I want to ask you something. So what if the compromised email already have emails diverted to another email address without the owner of the compromised email being aware of that? So if they recover the email back, will that diversion still work? Will that still be possible?
Okay, diversions in the sense means what? So like
Um,
that email forwarding rule you are telling?
um automation, and when a hacker hacks your email, they automate to receive a particular kind of email. They automate the email to another email address which you may not be aware of. Let's say you work in the finance sector, and then emails that have to do with finances, money, and all those, maybe alerts, you end up, you don't see emails, or you receive them, but you don't know that a third party has been connected to your email address that receives the email with you. So now, and you realize that this email has been compromised, and then you try to recover it and you do everything that you told us to do. Now, will the third party still be able to receive that email since it's connected to the email address already? Now, if that is possible, what are the measures to take?
Yeah. So in the when we go to the Google Gmail account settings, right? There there is an option is already there, like this email which connected to the from which account this email is connected. So any third party account we have given the email access. So whenever login into the newly website or anything, right? So we will give the access to that our email address. So once we will give the access, from when we log in from the next time onwards, we no need to enter again and again our email ID, right? So from the settings option, we can able to check our email was connected to the which third party accounts our email was connected. From that, we can able to revoke all the active third party accounts. So from that, we can able to protect. This approach also will work.
Okay, that's perfectly answered. I hope we actually got what he said. I hope we actually got what he said. Okay, so Jemima, over to you, please.
Okay. So if how do you retrieve an email? If an email has been hacked and you are trying to, can you hear me?
Accounts. Yeah,
Sorry?
not
Okay.
just the email and social media
an
accounts.
email or a social media account. Basically, it actually depends on the platform that was hacked, but basically almost all the process are similar. So if your account has been hacked, the first thing you will do is you try to reset your password using the forget password option. When you do that, you're going to use your recovery for email. When you are setting up an email, it's important you set up a recovery email address. So in that case, you're going to be using a recovery email address or a phone number to verify your identity. Then you will now receive a message from the platform, either if it's a social media telling you, because of course your social media is linked to your email. So you will receive a message from the social media and from the platform telling you about the recent changes in your platform. Then you can use the platform's hacked account page if you can no longer log into the page. And if you are using the platform's hacked account recovery page, the moment you're able to get access back into your account, what you're going to do is you're going to change your password to a stronger password. You're going to enable 2FA or MFA, and you're also going to sign out on all other devices and sections, as well as review all your security details and check the activities that happen on the platform. Then about whether you can, if there was already a diversion, if somebody can still access, yes, somebody can still be able to access if somebody, sorry, you will still be able to access if there was a diversion. And what to do if there's a diversion is for you to recover and secure the email first of all. Then you terminate all active sessions as well as check if there's still an activity going on the accounts. So I think that's it from my end.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. That is quite understandable. Letabo, please. Okay. Gloria said sometimes ago I used my government ID to record my email address. All right, so Letamo, can you actually throw more light on this, please?
Are we still on the topic of the recovery of the email?
Yes, please, and social media account.
Oh, with the social media account, I feel like most points I don't want to keep on repeating the same points as my colleagues. So they did mention everything. So for example, it can be in different scenarios. If you still have access to your account, what you can do is to change the password, sign out of all devices, enable multi-factor, check your recovery information, and also review security settings. But then if you don't have access to it, that is where you're gonna contact your email provider, whether it's an account recovery page or maybe a different way to actually recover your account, then verify your identity, whether recovery email, phone number, or security question, then follow the provider's recovery process. And if it fails, contact the support team to actually help you retrieve your account. But as I said, I feel like my colleagues already have covered the whole spectrum of how to retrieve your login. But yeah, but if there's any other question, maybe I would answer that one.
The other question said, I want to know more about cybersecurity.
All right. With cybersecurity, I feel like cybersecurity, a lot of people do not understand. It's like someone saying I'm doing IT, but it's a whole broad space. For example, in cybersecurity, we have things like penetration testers, we have SOC analysts, we have cybersecurity engineers, we also have network engineers. We have a lot of things in cybersecurity. So it depends on what is it that you want to actually go for. But what I recommend is that for someone who wants to do cybersecurity, I think you should mostly look at the fundamentals. This is where we're speaking about your networking. You need to understand networking, how information is translated across the internet, your TCP/IP, your DNS, HTTP, HTTPS, and also look at your types of operating systems, like between Linux and also Windows. You must also know things like Python for scripting, maybe fundamentals of cybersecurity, understanding common attack types like phishing, malware, ransomware, and also cryptographic basics. This is where we're speaking about your hashes, the type of hashes. And then from there, it's up to you which section that you want to go for. For example, if you want to focus on maybe defense security, this is where you're going to speak about Security Operations Center, which is a SOC analyst. This is where you'll be able to respond to incident, log analysis, threat hunting, things like vulnerability management, and also Active Directory security. But if you're looking to be more of a penetration tester, a hacker, in other words, you look at things like your pen test plus, there's a whole different kind of certificates and also credentials that you can actually get. You don't need a degree in IT. I think that has been actually laid out all over the internet, that IT now is not about degrees, it's about skills. So you can look at the type of vendors, especially my advice for people is, I think it's best you should look into cloud. So cloud is the new, not the new, well, it's been there, but now everyone is migrating to cloud. That makes it, you should know different types of cloud providers, whether you're looking at Azure, whether you're looking at Google Cloud Provider, or you're looking at AWS, and understand their technologies, how they are used. This is where you're going to go into the types of clouds, whether you need to know things like multi-cloud, on-premises, private and public, and all that. So cybersecurity is just a broad topic at this instance. So it's up to you what you want to do in cybersecurity. There's a lot of opportunities in cybersecurity, and there's a lot of courses that I actually found onto on Google, whether you're using Microsoft Learn or maybe you're looking at Cisco. Some people also look at Try Hack Me and also Hack the Box, and also looking at the OWASP. And like, I was having a conversation with this young lady. She said she wanted to do cybersecurity, but she doesn't understand. She doesn't want all this complicated stuff like your infrastructure as code or your DevSecOps. And I'm like, no, there's something called compliance again. So there's things that cybersecurity is with cybersecurity, it has something called handling data, and they have to follow some compliances. So you can be a compliance manager where you are responsible to ensure that we follow cybersecurity principles in terms of handling people's data. So those are the kind of small things that someone, you can be an identity and also access administrator. As I mentioned, it is a very broad spectrum of choices that someone can actually get from. Yeah, I think that is the summary of it. But yeah, if maybe my colleagues have something also to add, that would be also nice. Thank you.
Okay, so Santos, Jemima, do we have anything to add to what he just said before we call it a night?
No, I don't have anything to add. Thank you.
All right. So Santos.
Yeah, yeah, I totally align with what Mexico said, right? Yeah, totally align.
All right. So before we call it a
So
night, there is one question in the chats for Santos. It said, what are the 5 golden rules? You presented 5 golden rules. Can you just mention the 5 golden rules and then we are done?
yeah, sure, sure. I hope I am audible, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the 5 golden rules are nothing but the same thing. So first golden rule will be think before you click. Okay. So before you clicking anything or any link, right? You need to pause some time and just think. Just put a question on you, like really I need to click this link or not. Don't go blindly click on the link immediately. This is the first thing. Second thing will be verify before you trust. Confirm the sender before you act. Like you have received a mail from the some sender, you need to validate, is that a legitimate sender or not. This is the thing. So by using the tools like virus total and url scan and ISO, by using the tools you can able to validate. This is the second thing. Third one will be the update your phone regularly, so don't miss any kind of security patches. So this is the third. Fourth will be the never share OTPs or passwords. Okay, legitimate services never ask. Legitimate banks or any kind of legitimate services, like they never ask for the OTPs or passwords. Okay, this is the fourth thing. Fifth one will be when you are in doubt, verify first. Don't go blindly. Okay, don't act. Check it first. So this is the 5 things which we need to follow. First will be the think before you click. Second will be the verify before you trust. Third will be the update your phone regularly. Fourth will be the never share OTPs or passwords to anyone. Fifth will be the when you are in doubt, verify first. These are the 5 golden rules which we need to be implement in daily life. So then we will never become a victim of any kind of scam. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. So a very special shout out to my very wonderful guest speakers this night. You guys are really amazing. You just blew my mind. I'm so grateful to have you here. To Santos, to Jemima, to Letabo. You guys are so wonderful. I'm really grateful having you here this night, and I really appreciate the time that you guys actually took to be online this time, because I know that in some places is way into midnight. So thank you to everyone that joined this night. You guys are really amazing. I know that you're actually living with something. I know you're actually living with a lesson. So you're not just taking this and you're putting it down. You're taking it and then you're going out there to educate your community, your family, your friends. This is how we spread the word. This is how we protect ourselves and our friends, family, relative, community from scam. So thank you so much. I really appreciate this meeting link. When it's been uploaded on YouTube, will be dropped in the WhatsApp group. Then for us to go through it. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, probably you will check your mail because the links have been dropped in our mail so far. So thank you so much. I really appreciate. So by this time next month, we'll be meeting again with different speakers that will blow us with practical tips on how to protect ourselves online. So thank you and have a beautiful night. And I wish you a happy new week. Do have a restful night. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye.